Hello, this is Mark from I'm Organic Gardening, located in Zone 6B in the state of New Jersey. And today we're going to be going over the final results of planting in winter rye and also planting our tomatoes late in June. We planted these tomatoes on June 25th, a transplant that I grew from the house into the ground on June 25th. And this is the results of those beautiful tomatoes in our background and the plants. So let's take a closer look and see how they did. And this way we'll determine, and if you'd like to use no-till processes with winter rye and growing those microbes in the soil over winter, and also you can plant tomatoes in Zone 6B as late as June 25th and get some amazing results. Now, I also want to tell you that today we got our third day of frost, and it's really taken a toll on the garden. So I want to harvest a lot of these things, even if they're green, and see what I can do with them, if I can ripen them up. But we're going to be getting more cold weather, so this is extremely weird for us this time of the year to actually get 3 frosts, killer frost right now, in a row this early in September. Usually we get it about a month later. Here we have my trellis that I planted a total of 6 tomato plants on. From pretty much this point over here is a variety called Big Beef, and this variety over here on your left-hand side is your German Johnson. Now we're going to harvest what we got left, and I'll show you that. But again too, they're really beat up because we had straight line winds over 100 miles an hour, but they did survive that. There's actually a little bit of late blight happening to them right now, and I'll give you a close-up on that later on. But it actually is not hurting the plants whatsoever because they're healthy, growing in real soil. This is today's harvest. Today is September 22nd, 2020. Now these all are German Johnson. I've been picking them pretty much for the last 2 weeks already, and this is what I have left. I just want to see if these are going to survive, if they got any frost damage, or get them inside the garage and see if we can ripen them up a little bit more. Let's see what we get from the Big Beef variety. I've been actually picking the ripe ones off of that, so we'll see how many green tomatoes we got left. Not too bad. Some really good tomatoes in there. Again, the variety is called Big Beef. It's kind of more of a round tomato. You can see here, let's get a close-up, how nice they are. I love growing Big Beef, especially in Zone 6B in the state of New Jersey. It's a good variety for me that I've been using for probably the last 10 years. It has its ups and downs, but more ups than downs. But so far, they're delicious, unbelievable. What a great harvest, and I can use them all in a lot of recipes. Also too, before I forget, please write in the comments below what zone you're in and how your tomatoes did, and share with everybody else. And this way it makes people understand how well they did or how bad they did, and we can help those people later on that are beginners to my channel, how to help them grow healthy, nutrient-dense tomatoes. I still have more tomatoes on the vine here, you can see. Let's see, where are they? Here they are, right there. And a lot below in the foliage, or even on the ground. So I have to get another tray and fill that up. And just a quick review, you always want some type of mulch on the ground. It can be a living mulch like clover, or here we have the remaining leftover straw from winter rye. And you can see right next to the ground here, all those tomato plant leaves are nice and healthy. Not a problem with blight. There is some blight every so often, like so. You can see here on the leaf. Let me just move this out of the way. This is blight. Now, this is, I should call late blight. Now you can see it's not spreading to the other foliage here, or even to anything that's going to harm something in the general area, because the tomato plants are healthy. As long as they can suck up all the nutrients they want, you're always going to get a disease, just like we get a cold, but you're able to fight it off. And you can see here, it's not even on the rest of the branch so much, all the other leaves next to it. Now this has been there probably for the last 2 or 3 weeks already, and it's still not allowing it to go to the other leaves because the leaves are nice and healthy because of growing naturally in real soil. One thing I like about Big Beef, it creates these nice tomatoes. They're probably over a half a pound each, and they can get up to anywhere up to a pound. But you can see that it's still on the vine. I can just cut the vine off here and sell this whole cluster wholesale. I don't sell to the public anymore. It's a little bit too much work for me. But you can see here, if I sell these to restaurants, I love them on the vine. It's just a good appealing to that restaurant owner that he's getting a great value from me. So just a little bit of a recap. You can see my soil over here that is just sand, silt, and clay mixed together. It's nothing that's rich looking by any means. We grew winter rye, which is actually growing in the background. This is some volunteer winter rye, and I'll give you a close-up on that. And that makes this beautiful straw-like material that I plant in, say, October, November, December. It grows all winter, and it grows. And the key thing to know if you have healthy soil, when that winter rye gets up about 5 to 7 feet, you know your soil is healthy, and you can do things with it that you never can imagine before, because you're putting the biology, and like I mentioned, it's the microbes that keep the soil alive, and you should check out the other videos on that. But it's just beautiful material how nature works, and has a beautiful sequence. Now right here you can see some volunteer winter rye coming up, and it's a grass-like material, and you can plant it any time of the year. Now I know a lot of people don't have winter rye or is able to get to it. Oats is okay, but it will die off over winter, so you need something like a perennial root. Now I have not tried it yet, but I recommend fava beans if you're in an area that can grow them over winter, that has that living root that can stay there. And strawberry plants, anything, raspberry plants you can put in your garden and plant next to it, just like in permacultural gardening. It's all what you have in your area that's accessible and relatively low in price, that you can do these things to your garden. Just amazing how as soon as you get that biology back in the soil and keep it alive, it is precedent that you will get what you want out of your garden. Thank you very much for watching. Please, again, leave comments below how your tomatoes did this year, and I'll see you again shortly with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.